Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. The F1 goat's back. It's my real addiction.
Nice.
Rick's F1 addiction is Rick's F1 addiction. What are your thoughts on this?
I'm just looking at the first frame and
Yeah.
why is Max already, Mercedes?
It's
That should
gonna
be
happen
happening.
soon. Nah, I
But
mean
yeah.
it's gonna happen.
No, actually.
You see the present, future, and the future
Yeah.
in this frame.
The GOAT is back.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't heard him. I think he was just waiting for the season to like heat up.
Yeah.
And now that we kind of know what's happening.
Kimi is keeping us entertained.
Yeah. I mean, the Ferraris are also doing a really good job. And also now that McLaren is finally, it feels like McLaren is understanding what's happening with the engine.
Hold on. I don't know if you've seen the news.
I've seen the news.
Oh, you've
I have
seen
seen
the
news.
Yeah.
That's why I think it Max being there makes sense
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Or you know what?
But Max coming to
I
McLaren.
won't mind some Verstappen or
Whoa. So they're dropping
Piastri.
Norris.
I mean Norris would be fine, man. He's a top driver. I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
sure he can like go to Haas or something,
He can go to Mercedes,
or like
replace
Audi.
Russell.
Not Audi, sorry.
Go to Ferrari.
Cadillac.
Nah. But yeah, Rick's new video is here. So let's get into it.
Mercedes, a company that used to make vehicles for a certain German leader, is now a Formula One powerhouse with multiple world championships, hundreds of podiums, wins, and pole positions. And they did all that in about 10 years, making Mercedes one of the most efficient F1 teams. And I'd say fragments of their past still remain. Their team principal is Austrian. Their drivers can be charged with war crimes. The drip is insanely terrifying, and they invaded their way into F1 in just a few years.
Lewis Hamilton is a 7-time champion of the world.
But this success all has to do with the Mercedes experience, which goes like this. We are so back. We are so fucking back. We are so fucking back. It's cheating. It's so over. Completely different from Ferrari's emotional torture, Mercedes is consistent. However, there's still the occasional fuck up.
He can't get the right front off. It's Nico Rosberg and Hamilton's onto the ground.
Lando's still pushing for the win. Russell's off.
Valtteri Bottas and George Russell, who are out of this race.
But the reason there are 3 We Are So Backs in the Merc experience is because of domination. Mercedes rejoined F1 in 2010, and ever since, half of their
They are the most decorated, I'm sure, right?
Like all time?
Yeah.
No, I think it's Ferrari. Can you forget Ferrari?
How many Ferrari? Even like before Michael, were they winners?
Yeah, they've been winning like for the past century, man. Williams and Ferrari are
Williams and Ferrari, maybe actually. Let's see.
existence has been at the top. A traumatizing race for Mercedes fans.
Sorry, just before. When did Mercedes enter F1?
they entered in 2010, but
Yeah.
they used to provide engines to different other teams before
But it's different when you're providing engine and
that.
actually.
Yeah.
So after they entered, I'm sure they are the most decorated one.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Is a great race for Ferrari fans. In Singapore 2018, Lewis drove the perfect qualifying lap, even beating a supercomputer's prediction. In Silverstone 2020, he drove the final laps with a busted tire, but he still won anyway. And keep in mind, he was doing all this while having extra weight on, aka his third leg.
It's massive. It's
It's massive. There you go. And when you look at it from the front, we'll get a front shot. Here we go. You've got those fans in there at the moment, but just behind it, you could see just how big that bulge is.
So Lewis Hamilton was dominating in F1 and Toto's bedroom. And that performance is thanks to Mercedes excelling in development wars with engines, software, aero. They push the limits of regulations every time that things get banned. These are the same
I think that clip is the only clip that Kim has ever watched in F1.
Kim has ever watched?
Kim Kardashian.
I see. Sorry, my bad, sorry.
People who made the W11, and that car had the DAS system, where drivers could change the car's front tire angles by either pushing or pulling the steering wheel. It was so beneficial in reducing drag and improving cornering that the FIA banned it after a season. And the 2026 season has shown the exact same pattern, and allow me to relate this to the cycle. In the first race in Australia, Merc was flying in various different ways. Kimi Tortellini crashed in FP3, but they repaired his car and he qualified second while George was first. We are so back. And in the race George battled Charles, it was close with Ferrari having every opportunity to beat Mercedes, but they bottled the strategy.
Yellow turn 14. Yellow turn 14. Virtual safety car. Virtual safety car.
Ah, man, how did you not call the pit, man?
7 Ferrari fans died that afternoon via brain aneurysm, and Mercedes dominated with a 1-2. We are so fucking back. But
I actually did not know about that one.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it for the first time.
No, they showed it in the replays immediately after when the incident happened.
But at least I don't remember if I've seen it.
won not just through strategy, it was also performance. Apparently after the weekend, Ferrari said Mercedes used a higher fuel compression ratio than other teams. So the FIA looked into it and they decided to ban it after the first 5 races of 2026. And there are so many other accusations. We are so fucking back, it's cheating. See where this is going? Now people do call this cheating, but I personally don't. F1 is about innovation. Teams will always try to find loopholes. If putting a Verstrap-on to the front wing of your car is faster, I don't see the issue with allowing that. And I love teams finding loopholes because it just further proves that the FIA's regulations will always be horseshit. Like in Japan 2026, they...
Sorry, quick thing about that. I feel like, yes, I love it because it's innovation. Everyone had the chance to do whatever they wanted with their car,
Right.
but only someone thought about it and they were genius
Right.
enough to do it. So
Yeah.
props,
Mostly,
but it makes F1
More
boring.
interesting. Oh, I say banning it makes it more interesting. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
I see you, Rick. You like playing Counter-Strike as well. Nade King is everyone's favorite.
cut out the part where Antonelli's car slowed down hitting the 130R to recharge battery, aka super clipping, and that video got dislike bombed to super hell. But with all the Mercedes cheating allegations, the question is, when is it until it's so over for them? Every hater wants to know when, and believe it or not, I might actually have the answer to that. Just look at Toto Wolff's face during live sessions. Whenever you see a smirk, that means Mercedes is winning. Or if Toto has this face, they're losing. Or if he has this reaction, that means someone is dying tonight. Or this one, which means our car is illegal and our driver is still celebrating, and I'm gonna have to break the bad news. So put a live Toto reaction feed in the corner of a race and watch the future come alive. But speaking about Mercedes and George and Kimi's kamikazes, it's perfect that this video's sponsor is War Thunder. But back to the Mercedes experience. Generally, it's so over for Mercedes when most of their innovations get banned and a rival team finally catches up. I mean, no shit, this team barely has any weaknesses, that it's literally if another team is faster, then they're faster. In 2021, Red Bull finally caught up to them, and in 2026, with all the new bans, it gives opportunities to teams like Ferrari or McLaren, especially Ferrari, who have always been putting pressure during Mercedes domination. The Vettel versus Lewis years, until Ferrari eventually blew themselves up. And in races like China 2026, after Lando and Oscar could not start because these regulations are goofy as shit, the Ferraris again got the jump on Mercedes. Max Verstappen starts his depression episode, while Antonelli takes the lead and Lewis and Charles just start duking it out while George was sitting in the chair. But eventually it was yet another Mercedes 1-2, with Antonelli taking his first win. Kimi Antonelli is so talented that not only did he win at such a young age, he even won races while Fernando Alonso was in his 20s. While Alonso Alonso won the Chinese Grand Prix in 2005, Antonelli won the sperm race. But what this race tells us is that no matter how good Mercedes is, you shouldn't be surprised if other teams steal a lot of wins. But if they're not outdeveloped, Mercedes' weaknesses comes from their drivers.
Yeah.
Their staff has almost been perfect. Bono has the competence of 100 Ferrari engineers combined. James Allison developed one of the best cars while smuggling crack into the Mercedes headquarters.
Why aren't you letting me look in the nose cone? I don't know what's in there. It might be all our cocaine. No, it's not that, James.
Goat behavior. Toto Wolff is genius, billionaire, family man, philanthropist, and is only mentally unstable during work. So most of the potential issues Mercedes have originate from their drivers. Michael Schumacher struggled during his comeback. And another example is the Brosades era. Lewis third leg Hamilton and Nico Monaco-based YouTuber Rosberg had one of the strongest friendships in F1, but it fell apart within 2 years despite Mercedes having a really fast spoon. In 2014, they were so quick no one was near them, but Nico and Lewis gave Toto multiple heart attacks. In a press conference, Nico was offended about Lewis dominating him.
It should be dominating you more, Lewis.
Dominating?
You. It should dominate you more.
Dominate me. Okay.
Yeah.
Though I'm pretty sure a few years back he wouldn't mind. And in Abu Dhabi before
Sometimes it's funny to hear like some interviewer who is not like fluent in English but trying to say something and they don't actually mean what they're saying. But it comes out in a way that it's just funny. I'm sure he doesn't mean like dominate in that sense.
I mean, he means domination, but it's not what we are thinking.
No, it's not. Also, he doesn't mean in a bad way. Like, he just means that I think as Lewis was the senior one, so he should be winning more. And he's just asking how did you win? I guess.
Right.
He just wanted to get an more inside answer from Rosberg about how did you manage to beat a tougher opponent.
Correct.
And it came out as if like Hamilton should be dominating.
Lewis won his first Mercedes title, Nico said this.
Do you have anything to add? No, just that yes, Lewis can do something to keep it clean, which is drive cleanly himself. So it's not like he can't do anything.
And this was just the beginning. 2015 was worse. Sebastian Vettel had to be a marriage counselor.
I don't know how much you like each other, but Kimi and myself, we get along, so...
In the US Grand Prix, they clashed multiple times, and when Lewis won the title, Nico threw his hat. When someone asks me why I don't watch Love Island, I tell them Brosades is my alternative. And in 2016, after they took each other out in Spain, collided in Austria, almost recreating Prost and Senna, Nico won the championship and retired immediately. Done for the day. Now those years at Mercedes could have been perfect, but having two hungry drivers was a disaster. But even after Nico's retirement and Mercedes dominating after 2016, there were still issues with drivers. Valtteri Bottas replaced Nico, and while he was happy to be there, eventually the smile faded away after every team order. And he was replaced by George even after he obeyed every instruction. And when Lewis's time finally came, Mercedes had contract issues with him that led to Lewis joining Ferrari and showing his third leg there. So now we have...
Do you think Nico ever regrets leaving F1 when like on a high? He could have won.
Another one, maybe two. I don't think he's doing pretty well for himself right now. So
yeah,
I
but
think
it's
so.
different.
I mean, every champion thinks that they could have won more if they stayed, right?
But it's different because for the other champions, they usually go out not after, just after the peak, but they see their downfall and then they leave.
Yeah.
He just left when it was like his highest.
Yeah. Or maybe he was content winning one. Like
Maybe
like if you ask us younger Sebastian Vettel, if like, are you okay winning 4? He'll be like, no, I want more. But if you ask him now, a more wiser version, he'll be like, no, I'm content with how
like
my career
Max
has gone. Yeah.
Right now just says like, if it's fun for me, I'll keep doing it. I don't want to win more.
Yeah. So yeah, I think he's okay with it, I guess.
Russell and Antonelli. First off, we have George Russell. A lot of people know him for appearing out of nowhere. Hungary 2022, Austria 2024, Canada 2025, Vegas 2024, Singapore 2025, and also fumbling on final laps. But he's also a pretty hated driver, more than even I expected. I mean, just look at all this. Now, I know every F1 driver has their own dedicated hate community, especially for someone like George, who is the type of guy to remind the teacher about the homework. But at the same time, let me come to his defense. This was the same man who gave way to Kimi and Lewis on the podium, arguably the most consistent driver in 2025, outperformed Sir Lewis Hamilton in 2022, to be fair, maybe his Ham-Milton got bigger, slowing him down, dragged a Williams into P2 in Spa 2021, almost got a podium in his Mercedes debut, and gave everything to Williams that he cried over getting points. That is some humble shit. But again, at the same time, he crashed into Valtteri and smacked him, crashed into Carlos, Perez, Mick Schumacher, then blamed it on them.
Nothing I could do, you just turned into me. What the hell happened there?
You turn right into George.
So it's up to you on how you want to judge George Russell. I personally fuck with him as long as he keeps performing.
I mean, a lot of drivers do that, right? They just blame it on the others.
Yeah, because I think but
yeah, the Bottas one was just outrageous.
George, I think, is just the teacher's pet, as everyone said.
Yeah,
he's just too perfect in everything he does.
Too perfect, doesn't?
In the sense, like, it's just too annoying where he just wants to be in the good books.
Yeah,
always.
Like pretends to be really nice, but like he's not that nice, maybe like that way.
He is, but I don't know. It's just something about him that's annoying. Maybe.
Oh, do you mean like sometimes there's moments where he doesn't have to be nice, but he'll still pretend to be nice?
Actually,
like,
no, not really that. I don't know what I was trying to say, to be honest. But it's mostly just because first that he and Verstappen kind of hate each other. Yeah. So I guess it's just intended that all the Max Verstappen fans are gonna hate him.
Yeah.
And for others, I feel like it's just about how his wins have been. It's usually either
where Mercedes are dominating.
Either Mercedes are dominating, or he has been just hanging around,
right,
in the third place or something, or something happens, and he gets the win.
Yeah,
we have never seen him like outperform everyone. No, dominate.
He has. I mean, not for the first place, but he has outperformed a car to like get
Williams, I guess,
and even Mercedes. But like he's not a Verstappen maybe, but he's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's what I meant when I was talking about he's like a perfect driver. He is very, like, he does what needs to be done on the track.
Yeah.
And I think people don't like that. People like it when people are imperfect, when they do make mistakes or do something very special.
Right.
That makes them feel like, oh yeah, this driver is special.
Right.
You don't see anything about Russell.
No risks. Just driving the perfect race as well. Oh, right. I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah.
That's why I guess people hate him.
He spices up the drama, and we all know we love that.
That is not a guy who I respect.
So the best way I can describe him is that George Russell is an exceptionally talented driver overshadowed by on-track terrorism. As for Antonelli, he is easily one of the most talented young drivers to join F1. In Japan 2026, after Oscar Piastri went on his revenge arc on McLaren taking the lead, Kimi was nowhere near the win until a safety car caused by Oliver Behrman crashing. And guess why? FIA regulations. Franco Colapinto was recharging his battery and his car ran 40 kilometers an hour slower, catching Behrman off guard. The FIA looking at the 2026 regulations is like seeing the McDonald's CEO try his own food.
That is so good.
That's a big...
Have you seen this clip? It went so viral.
Right. Why?
Because he did not have a good reaction after.
bite for a big arch, but it also is unlike anything else on our menu. It's a delicious product. It's a delicious product. It's a delicious product.
But in Japan, Kimi kept the lead, won the race, and became championship leader at 19 years old. But like a lot of Antonelli's moments, it came with controversy. Antonelli has received a lot of hate only a few years into his career. Kimi Antonelli is now leading the Drivers' Championship. Formula One is dead. I mean, I can't agree more, man. I can never imagine seeing a young driver just a few years into his career leading the championship. Alina, I know you and I can both never support that type of driver. For the sake of everything that is holy, I cannot have Kimi Antonelli win this championship, bro. Kimi Antonelli, please consider filing out a uni application and furthering your education. Lance Stroll smells funny. Oh shit, that was my fault, guys. Does saying this imply I've sniffed Lance before, or his stench is just that bad? I'd say both. I'm done with this sport. Antonelli is dog shit. Goodbye. 6.6 thousand likes. Now this was a reference to Antonelli fumbling his position to Lando in Qatar 2025 that led Norris to win the championship by 2 points. So logically, some idiots sent him death threats. Here are the addresses to reputable rehab clinics worldwide for the mentally ill. I hope they treat you guys with great care. I genuinely hate to see Kimi Antonelli. Username checks out. You know what? I'm pretty sure every dogshit opinion on F1 Twitter basically sounds like this. Formula One is dead. I hate you and your driver. Goodbye. Proceeds to watch the next 5 seasons. But back to Kimi, Mercedes is the best team he could be in, and that's thanks to Toto. Kimi's relationship with him has to be one of the best things I've ever seen.
So much confidence. Yeah, it's okay. Keep the confidence. Keep the confidence. Keep the confidence.
This level of positive reinforcement is literally what F1 needs. And this
Red Bull, you gotta watch and learn, man. You gotta watch and learn.
Any driver would have loved to be in Kimi's place. I'm sure all the rookies that joined that year would have loved. But I'm sure Mercedes saw something in Kimi as well.
Yeah. Imagine like Isaac being in Mercedes under Toto Wolff.
Okay. Maybe controversial opinion already. Isaac, if Isaac was in his place, he would be. I mean, Kimi's already giving Russell a tough time.
Yeah.
I guess it's too soon to say, but Haja would be dominating.
I mean,
I don't know, but I feel like it.
Yeah. Is it like your gut saying this because
it's because last season he did so well.
Yeah.
And it was his first season.
Yeah, but again, like, okay, so here's what my thought process is, right? Isaac was fighting in midfield. Kimi was actually fighting with the best in the world. I mean,
Kimi was making mistakes, which was
because he's in a faster car. Like you remember Norris, right? Like he was absolutely dominating midfield. And then when you give him a faster car, he started making mistakes. So it's like I'm not saying Isaac will do the same. I'm just saying that Kimi's first season, it is kind of difficult, right, to be the fastest.
But that's the only thing that we have ever watched of both of them. So that's what I would judge.
Yeah, but he's doing pretty well now. So
even Hajar is doing pretty good.
Yeah,
he's outperforming Verstappen.
Yeah, pretty good, decent, I guess. Outperforming Verstappen. Yeah, it's decent.
I mean, it's the car, right? The car. To be honest, Russell and Verstappen have been on the receiving end of like bad lucks for all the races.
Yeah, true.
So once both of them are like on their top, and even the cars are on their like the best, then it will be a good fight to see who does better. I think Russell will always have the edge over Kimi, at least for this
season. To be
season.
frank, the first race that Russell won, Kimi like crashed in FP3, and he said they had to rebuild his car again, and it was, and the rest 2 races, the next 2 races he won.
Yeah.
So you never know. He could have won the first. I don't know.
1 minute. I think you might be confusing because I think he crashed in second and actually he won that race.
Really?
I think so.
Didn't he say like in the first race he crashed in FP3?
We would never know.
Yeah, I don't know why would this war happen, man. It's just it's gonna keep us waiting till May, I guess.
It's a long way.
Yeah.
May is.
It's a long wait for the next race. And it's a long wait again for the second race. This freaking sucks.
Brings me to one of the most important parts of the Mercedes experience, the work environment, which is single-handedly carried by Toto Wolff. A passionate team principal with a healthy marriage. Yes, I'm looking at you, Horner. A strong bond with drivers until Max is open to work and is fucking dripped out. And Mercedes is also one of the most memeable teams in F1 behind Ferrari. But unlike Red Bull or Alpine that fires everyone when things don't go to plan, or Aston Martin poaching other staff to buy themselves a win, Mercedes builds their employees. I looked through Glassdoor job reviews of F1 teams, and this is what it looked like. An Aston staff member said everyone feels their head is on the line. Geez, anybody but Stroll. Another person gave 1 star and said the only other pro of working there was the coffee lounge. Others say toxic working environment. Worst job I ever had. Impossible deadlines, unpaid overtime. Hashtag Lance smells funny. Oh, my bad. That was me again. But while Mercedes isn't immune to bad reviews, they have so much more positive ones, and that's coming from employees that have been there for decades. So Lawrence, it makes sense why your team is dog water right now, and I'm losing my shit. You can't just buy your way into being Mercedes. I mean, you already did that with the W10 a few years back. Why can't we learn from mistakes? So Mercedes is a step above in workspace quality. Toto gives private jet flights to his former drivers and always has good things to say.
One is in red. One is in red by now. I don't know if you
He's as integral to Mercedes as Niki Lauda was while he was mentoring Lewis. The moment Toto gets into hot water, I guarantee that's when Mercedes is over. And what's also special about the Mercedes experience is all the staff relationships. If they turned Mercedes into a film studio, you'll get all the categories. Nico and Lewis's lovers to enemies, Brosades, Valtteri's unwanted fantasy featuring James Vowles, Toto and Kimi, Spider-Man Homecoming, Kimi and George, Kamikaze, Toto and Lewis, La La Land 2016, and finally Toto, Max, and George, Crazy Stupid Love. And using these references, I have created something called the Mercedes family tree. And obviously it's Toto Wolff in the center of everything, Susie is his actual wife, Kimi is the son he adopted, while George is the man he's trying to keep loving, but it's difficult because of the man he truly wants, Verstappen. And Lewis is the ex he wants back but would never show it, while Lewis has a complicated relationship with Nico. Then Bono and James Allison are loyal companions, while James Vowles has embarked on his own path, forever traumatizing Valtteri Bottas wherever he goes. And I mean, just take a good look at this and notice how it's 10 times healthier than Red Bull. Not to mention, at least more than half of them are still there. But obviously no team is perfect, which brings me to a theory I have about Mercedes. I think that there is more to Toto than meets the eye. I mean, he's a billionaire, and the biggest question I've always had was, what if Toto was actually the female employee Christian Horner was harassing? I mean, think about it. Christian Horner got cancelled over leaked messages on WhatsApp, and guess what company is one of Mercedes' biggest sponsors? Evidence 2, this clip.
Die funktionieren im Moment nicht. That's harassment.
Evidence 3, they've always had a love-hate relationship, and there have been photo edits of Toto in similar outfits to Spanx, which is something Christian Horner is a big fan of. And in 2025, Christian Horner made hints of him coming back to F1 via Alpine, and months later, Toto said he could be buying it. A true billionaire is always 10 steps ahead, though Horner did try to warn us about his impending doom.
If you weren't an F1 team boss, what would you be, Toto?
No, I'd be a finance investor. It's what I did all my life, and I quite enjoyed it. Once I leave this circus here, I'm going to go back to that.
I'd be totally unemployable.
So in conclusion, the Mercedes experience is far better than any other team, even when their drivers blow other cars up, friendships fall apart, and their team principal might actually be a supervillain.
Woo!
Yeah.
Good times as always with Rick.
Yeah.
It's way more chill and less funny when there is not many bad things to say about the team.
I mean, he was cracking. I mean, like, love this video, but again, when he was covering the whole battle with like Verstappen, Piastri, Norris, that was some of the best content I've seen. I don't know if my team was directly involved in it. Like last 2 years, McLaren and Verstappen. So those videos were hitting different.
Okay. I thought you were talking about some part in this video.
No.
True. No, it was a good video.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's just about Mercedes being a really good team.
Yeah.
There's not much bad things to say about them.
Yeah. Getting flashbacks from 2010s.
Yeah, we don't want them to be such a good team that the others feel like so slow compared to them.
Yeah. We want a Williams to win. We want
Williams.
Aston Martin to
I
lose.
really wanted F1 to be like other sports where every year, like not a lot of sports have a new winner every year.
Yeah.
But at least there are a few top content. Like, for example, EPL, English Premier League. Even in English Premier League, Man City have been winning whatever. But there's always a slight glimmer of chance that there's some other team winning.
Yeah. We want a Leicester story in F1. That would be amazing. Imagine Haas winning.
I think this is the only sport that it can never happen.
Damn it.
Only maybe when there is a regulation change that can happen. If someone has built a really different car.
Yeah. I don't think it can happen because if they've built a good car, it's not a Leicester story anymore.
Yeah, but it is in a way where we were never expecting.
Yeah.
Like, maybe next time when the regulations change and Cadillac just win it in the first year.
Yeah, true.
That would be the only closest thing to Leicester City.
What are your thoughts on Toto Wolff compared to Christian Horner?
I mean, I don't know anyone who hates Toto, but I know a lot of people who hate Horner, so that's an easy.
I mean, I guess. I mean, a lot of Red Bull fans hate him now, but I don't think it's personal.
Yeah, I literally cannot point at any negative things about Toto.
Yeah.
Motherfucker looks good, talks well.
Yeah.
He gives you, even in like, he looks like a sweetheart as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's not toxic.
He's not at all toxic.
Yeah.
He does whatever he did in, like, there are clips of him going against Horner or like in the Netflix documentary.
Yeah.
But that's all for content and like.
But it's not he's not
toxic,
toxic towards his own people, right?
Yeah, not at all. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Looks like he has a good marriage as well.
Yeah.
Everything about him is good.
Yeah.
There's something that he's hiding. It's again like George, it's too perfect. This question is to you as well as the viewers. Would you rather watch Kimi lift the title or Russell? Because I think it's pretty much done deal that either one of them is gonna win it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'd love if Kimi wins it, but that means George Russell's F1 career is done. If he loses this one, it's.
What if it's like by 1 point or something?
No, man, it's done. A rookie, a 19-year-old rookie beating you on his in his second season.
Yeah, true.
I think if that happens, I think he's the second driver forever after that.
True. It will be a Bottas situation.
Yeah. I mean, if Russell wins, Kimi would still have. He'd still be the young driver who can win championships. Right? So yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Same. I think I'm rooting for Russell. Just so that he can get that one as Norris did.
Sure.
I had to take it finally. Cannot be a video without taking a dip against Norris.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
Cool. As always, like, share, subscribe.
And please don't forget to comment your answer below. Who would you prefer, Russell or Kimi? And again, thanks for watching. Thank you, brothers.
Take care.